Hello everybody, this is me and I'm going to be doing some programming 101, just Notepad. So first, what does a program do? A program takes a little piece of code that you write in a human readable language or whatever, like Java or C, and then it converts it to binary code. And I can't write for the life of me, but you have binary code, which is a bunch of ones and zeros that the computer processes. And so you have something in Java, for example, called a JVM, a Java Virtual Machine, that can run on any computer in the world. That's why Java is so versatile. And then you have C, which kind of just runs on, on your computer. That's why C is faster than Java, but Java is more versatile because it is a true object-oriented programming language, and the reason why that is because you have to have a class in order for Java to run. You have to have a public static void main method. In order for it to run, you have to have that method. And the reason why you need that method is so that it can call anything inside of there. So it's static so that you can, call that method, make methods calls inside of here. Basically do whatever you want, And the reason why it's void is because you're not returning anything. And then of course main is like what your main is. Now the string argus, that could be the arguments that you're passing in at runtime. Whatever arguments you're passing in runtime, you can make that happen there. Most of the time, you don't even use that in a Java language. The three basic concepts of Java are you have your primitive types. And what those are your ints, doubles, longs, and what they are is they're not objects. They're primitive types that are kind of like they work faster than objects, but they're not quite objects. And they're faster than objects, but these do all your calculations at runtime. Then you have your object types, and your object types in Java are basically what you think of an object as something in the real world, right? So, when you make a class, it's a type object, and what an object is something in the real world, and then what a class is in Java is a blueprint of that object. So you have your in a class, you have your variables, and then you have your methods, and your methods are a means of doing something. So for example, this public void main string argus, that's your main method that you're going to be doing everything. And your variables are like, it could be your primitive types, could be object types, could be whatever. And those are in your class. So say, for instance, and here's some Java code. When you get advanced, you can do code like this, So here's my main method, right? So let's just focus on what this is doing. I'm calling a method here, and I'm passing in this argus, right? This array. What that means is that at the Java runtime, I'm making my variables, and those are going to pass in here, and those variables are going to pass in there. And you don't need to worry about the array list or whatever. These are try-catch stuff. But basically, this is what a whole Java class does. You have your class, you have your variable types up here, and then you call those variables somewhere else, and then you have your methods. Now, of course, I have lots of methods in here, but so this main method calls another method and passes it something in for an argument, and that argument will pass in whatever's here because it holds it in the memory. Now, what if I wanted to use this Argus after the runtime? Would I be able to do that? No, not unless I connected to a database. And so what a database allows you to do is store something after the runtime executes. So eventually, you will see that, I connect to a database here, and now I'm storing those values in a database, so that way I could get those objects, after the runtime, and I don't have to keep running it over and over again. I can get whatever objects that I ran with the program and schedule a test case or a test run or something. Well, there you go with some computer knowledge. Thank you.